All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
SpyxFamily, Season 3, Episode 3.
Hey, what if we took the spy and the family and just put that aside for a second here?
War.
And just we're like, war. What? Why is this mission so important? Remember the very first episode where, Lloyd or Twilight at the time, was just talking about, it doesn't want war to happen, doesn't want that to happen at all. Very ferocious about that, at least in the way that he was described and also kind of stated.
Anya came from an orphanage, right? Like
it's all right there.
Orphanages get orphans from somewhere.
It's all right there. And so, Twilight is not that old. Like,
no.
This is the kind of thing where if something had happened, it would have been basically the previous generation had to deal with it.
Yeah. And now, okay, I'm here for this. I always wanted it to go into this more kind of serious direction, but I stopped thinking that was going to happen, and now it's happening, and I'm like,
and it's in such a brilliant way because anime loves to do backstories. Manga and anime, it's a very tried and true trope, but
good punchy backstory. Yeah,
having it be then localized within the backstory builds contextually the stakes and importance of this mission in the present.
Yeah.
And it's going to be hard to go back to silly times
it will be
this.
Yeah.
But even still, this backstory doesn't need to be very long. It doesn't need to be
I could see it
much
ending
more
with
than
this
just
episode.
A really bad nightmare that Twilight has every once in a while where he's like, why am I remembering this right now?
I think we'll see the backstory connect into him becoming a spy. Like getting trained as a kid or whatever.
At least 2 more episodes then.
Well, I think they could do it in this episode if they really wanted to, because everything exploded. You don't know, things are gonna go pretty quickly.
Musketeers anymore.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to know them really.
Nope, they're gone.
Just keep out. That was so effective. So effective.
Damn.
Yeah, but they could twist the knife here. So I'm ready to have the knife be twisted, but let's get it twisted. So y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
No, forget this tune.
War drums.
Yeah.
No. Stop.
Yeah.
Checkpoint here. No war. This is family. Happy children running through the grass.
I'm just imagining
sadness.
The song for this not being what it is now, but it's just war, my war.
I mean, this is a healing show,
You can't have healing without the hurt being there in the first place.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's just blanks memories. Too. Oh my god. It cracked it.
Yep.
Yeah, he would have died.
Oh, he absolutely would have been dead.
He's still bleeding from there because
it was still
of the actual helmet. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh! You're so lucky, holy! Oh my god. Jeez.
And it's still going on.
The way that the whole screen shook with that. Oh, Mom!
I love that.
Oh.
It's almost like his whole identity is being wiped away by this,
Right. We only have...
Yeah.
The absolute absence of music, but the haunting just wind going through everything here. Oh my god. Yeah, direct hit.
Yep.
Wow, yeah.
He's never coming home.
He never gets the opportunity to basically... Oh my
just
god.
become a better liar.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Oh my god.
But you never know for sure.
Oh my god. That looked straight out of like. Well. Oh, that helmet just.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Whoa. Whoa. It's a fake identity. Yeah.
Yep. And that's why it's not. Yeah.
Oh my god. I love that we're getting adult. Frankie! Oh my god, okay. Yeah. Even back then.
I don't want to die a virgin.
Wow. That's haunting line.
Yeah, the others didn't.
Oh, psychology test, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Instantly. Yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
Great question.
Great point. Holy shit. Go off, Frankie. Right.
So which is it?
Holy shit. Yeah.
Right.
We can't know. Yeah. Yeah.
So now you're gonna kill me? Once again,
well,
saved by the helmet. Got the bleeder just the same as back then.
What am I doing? Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god.
Is it another lie?
No way! They're all okay!
You're kidding! You're kidding!
Wait!
What?
Oh! They've been separated for like 10 years or like 8 years or something.
But
like
this whole time, he's been killing people thinking that, oh,
yeah.
shit.
What do you mean, why? Oh. Right. Yeah. They were right behind you. Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Whoa. So they were probably separated probably by like a few hundred feet of rubble. If that. Oh. Actually, oh. Sergeant!
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, they could double dip, actually. Yep, I was gonna say. Oh, no.
Now they'll actually die. Yeah.
Right. Bring the onions! we need to cut it some more. Oh, whoa, he doesn't even want to hear his real name.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my god. We got just enough joy to then have them die immediately after.
Right.
Oh
because
my god.
war still turns, it still does its thing. Not as a soldier, that's for sure. What else do you believe?
Whoa. True. I was literally gonna say, like, ignorance is almost like a sin. Yeah. You don't need to cut any more onions. Oh. Oh, one of my favorite voice actors.
Yeah.
Let's go.
What are you doing here?
The most spy-looking spy ever.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
The theme coming in, yeah. Even better. Wow. Yeah, having the know-how to get this far.
Right. That's information. Yeah.
The way he kind of chuckled that line out was really good.
Yeah.
Oh. It's already arranged.
It's already done, yeah.
You're properly motivated, aren't you? Right.
Nope.
And ignorance is something you're fighting. So
yeah,
to be on the front lines of the information war is gonna, it's gonna be exactly what he wants, yeah. Oh, yep. The theme's coming in full force now.
Of course I'm gonna double check.
Yeah. Wow. I had... The only people that did know are dead. Well, except potentially his dad.
Yeah.
Here we go.
They shouldn't have to deal with this.
Nice. I lied.
Yeah.
Yeah!
That's a good line
that was
there.
Good. Already.
And here it goes. Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Did I say anything?
Uh-huh.
Third person.
Yeah. Anya's just like, whoa.
Yeah. Anya just starts crying.
Yoshi, Yoshi. The blush!
Yeah.
The blush!
Oh, right. It was literally all because of that.
Uh-huh. Right.
Not because of the mission, but because you made a friend. Yep.
Yeah. That's what I'm fighting for. Oh. That's fun. The smell of onions maybe also just helped guide him towards that memory too.
Right.
It's a healing story for as well.
Yeah.
Bond forger. I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
Oh. Okay.
Oh my god. Wow. All right, well the
Let's
backstory's over.
Yeah.
Nice punchy 1-2 hit.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
And it was all because he passed out over the top of his bolt. Oh my god.
Knocked him straight into his backstory.
Yep. I love his friends weren't actually dead. And then nope, but they died like right after.
Yeah.
It's the perfect double dip, and also the like what you've been fighting for is at least in part a lie.
Yeah.
Right? Mom and, other relatives, yeah, they still ended up dying. They still dead, right? Like, because the war happens.
Right.
And so, a bunch of heinous shit happens because of it, right?
Yeah.
But as far as, how it starts, were your friends dead? No. Was it the enemy who did the bombing, or was it your own country? Who knows?
Who knows?
Is that propaganda? Absolutely. Does that mean it's not true? Not necessarily.
Yeah. All right.
Another banger. Awesome.
A fantastic Spy Family episode, giving us a very chilling look at the horrors of war through the eyes of child Twilight.
Yeah.
But then also getting the other type of view of this with the horrors of war through the more adult perspective of young adult Twilight, who then bumps into Frankie and also his childhood friends.
Yep.
Both dropping very fascinating bits of a push on him as a character,
right,
to then shape who he ends up becoming, and then before he ends up getting scouted to be
a spy,
a military intelligence operative.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
That was fantastic.
Like, I buy his character so much just in general.
Oh yeah.
He's probably the strongest of the core characters.
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously, Yor got majorly upgraded for season 2. But this was really good to get into why he's not just emotionally tied to this, because no, he wants to protect people. He wants to do what he can as kind of a soldier in his own way. Right. No, it's tied very intrinsically with not just his past emotions that he's dealt with, but also with the very nature of the lies that build the structure of this world society and what have you.
The animosity that can be drummed up in order to, get people to do all sorts of things.
Yeah, the lies people tell, basically, so that others might suffer.
I never would have thought that one of my favorite moments from a Spy Family episode would be a conversation with Frankie.
Right?
Like it's almost like he feels like a completely different person. You know, like
I mean, war changes you.
War changes.
They're both in the middle of this, caught on different sides.
Right. It's the no time for bullshit, basically.
Yep.
Right. And so they have a very real conversation.
It also just makes it so fun that then Twilight then uses Frankie as his informant operative in Ostania.
Yeah.
Because of their shared history.
Exactly. And it's not the...
Oh, that's so cool.
And it's not a bond that he, formed when he was a spy.
No.
It predates that, right?
Yeah.
And so it's the, hey, you kind of know my deal. I know your deal. Let's, can you help me out here?
And the idea that we got, in the previous episode, or the first episode, I guess, of the season, the whole thing of like, I do this to kind of just mess with them a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
It goes all the way back to they've been messing in my life, and this is my little rebellion.
Yeah.
It does feel like that little bits of stuff that like Andor explored even a little bit.
Oh yeah.
But I love so much when in a story with war, we get so quickly down to the point that, hey, your nation might be lying to you.
Right.
To make you hate us so that you'd be then willing to go and kill many of them.
Yep.
And the line he said of, weird, this enemy almost looks human. Like,
yeah.
Like I might be butchering the line what he said, but
the
idea that for a second there, he was able to see Frankie as another
an actual
human
person.
being.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. And I love the idea of the, oh, well, that was probably propaganda. Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
I don't know what's actually true though. Like, yep. Like your country might be lying to you, or rather, your country is almost definitely lying to you. The question is about
what? Yeah.
Like,
right.
It's
they're clearly allowing the whole devil horns lie thing to perpetuate.
Right. It's the
There's the obvious ones where it's like, okay, well, yeah, they're only lying about the really obvious stuff, right? It's like, oh, is that what you think?
It's it's not that they think you're stupid. They know that you're powerless.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep. Right? Like
yep.
Yeah.
Or they'd like to make it seem that you are totally powerless.
Right.
And that's the part that's the hardest bit is that
maybe you can do something.
Well, no. I will say definitively. You're never totally powerless.
Right.
There are little things you can do.
Yeah.
And the little things combined with another person's little things, combined with another person's little things, combined with another person's little things.
Could maybe do a big thing.
Could lead to a big thing.
Right.
And so it's really powerful to have Frankie then be still around in the story because it's showing that his little rebellion has led to now him being a part of this operation.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I'll take it a step further. Even though Anya can read minds and stuff, so she definitely has a leg up here, right?
Yes.
Her own little rebellion against, the vindictive, teacher or whatever coming in, right? And being like, well, I'm going to help out Damien here. And yes, she knows it's for the mission and stuff, right?
Right. She jumped in front of the bullet,
Yeah, exactly. But legitimately, them forming an actual real friendship could end up saving the world.
Yeah.
Right? And so,
very likely.
That still is meaningful, right? And taking it away from Anya since she can read minds, let's say Damien, because he doesn't know about all this stuff, right? But looking out for this person who maybe is in a rough spot or whatever. Every time you do that, every time you aren't just the puppet of your father, right? You might not see the impact, but it'll have impact. And that's where I feel like this episode, and with the transition back into the present, did such a good job of reiterating the point of SpyxFamily. Right? Because, yes, the school antics and the silliness and all that stuff, it's great.
It's
right.
Wonderful.
It's fun. It's wholesome. All that. It's that in the context of the war that makes it really that takes it to that next level.
Right, because we're in a situation where we're trying to show that history could repeat itself. There was a peacetime where there was tensions and there was stuff brewing.
Right.
And this is very like adult real life situation and stuff.
Sure.
We're like
Uh-huh.
IRL right now, we're dealing with all kinds of bullshit right now.
Yep.
But there's like multiple different conflicts, some recent, some been going for quite a while at this point.
Yep.
And you have people who are basically like, we need to cherish and treasure peace when it's there, when you have it.
Right.
Because you can be in a time where, diplomacy fails. Oh, I guess we're now sending young people to go die because we are bad at diplomacy. I like that Frankie boiled it down so simply of wait, have you ever wondered that basically war is just a diplomacy tactic?
Yep.
It's a thing that, one country or group or what have you makes a gamble that their weapons and ability to wage war is better than the other, so they use it to get what they want diplomatically. But in order to do that, X number of people need to die.
Right.
Oh, that really puts it in perspective, doesn't it?
Yep. There was at a writing conference I went to, they had some military people that were doing panels for reference material and to help inform and educate and all that stuff. So
Very cool.
People
Very
could write better
cool.
stories.
Yeah.
And one of them that was very eye-opening was one that they did on the rules of engagement. And they literally brought that up of war is diplomacy. It is just that final kind of diplomacy, right? And so, in say the rules of engagement, you don't want to take things too crazy far because that really makes it tough to actually go back to the diplomacy table and go back to a lower form of conflict resolution, right? But that's not how things go all the time, right?
Yeah.
Things break down. Horrible shit ends up being, enacted.
Right. It's hey, things have been escalated to the point where now at least one party believes war is necessary.
Right.
Even if they're horrifically wrong in that.
Yeah.
Like, you could be in a situation where it's just pure oppression. Then a side decides to fight back.
Yep.
You could be in a situation where it's the side that it's far stronger is like, we're not getting enough of what we want. So now we're just going to wipe you out or what have you.
Let's say in the example of escalation of things, right? You have the propaganda in order to get these people to be willing to risk their lives to kill other people. Right? Got to demonize them and all that stuff to get people motivated. But, okay, you've whipped them up into a frenzy where now they have demonized these people, even if it's not at the highest levels of command where some war atrocity happens, right? The very thing that you, are stirring up in these people is the thing that is then going to have the war crimes happen, right? Or at least be one possible avenue to foment them.
And that's why
and then it's
in
just
a lot of ways it's
cycle.
It's never really that overt. And that's the part that I feel like is much more subtle and evil, is the thing of no, you're actually a hero. It's not that they're evil, but you're so good for doing what you're doing here. You going and doing this war makes you the best there is. You're untouchable as far as
paragon of virtue.
Yeah. Everyone that does this is the best kind of person, and in some ways, that's the most insidious one for me, because if it was for any reason justified, that's the same language that could be used in a certain point of view.
Yeah, exactly.
To communicate, no, this is necessary.
Right.
This revolution has to happen.
There are times where, regardless of why it ends up happening, people are doing horrible shit, and we need to stop that, right? We need to at least resist that, stand against it, fight it, whatever, right? The problem is that there are absolutely times, and in fact, the vast majority of times, right? You don't actually have this situation where the war is indeed necessary. We have maybe in the last 100 years had one particular example where it was very much necessary. But if you look historically, the lion's share of wars are
not necessary.
Not necessary. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And so here we are. We're going at this through the lens of not Lloyd, not Twilight. And I love the way this episode brings up the identity as being something that he's scared to look back on. Because when the friends showed up, I just felt elated that, oh, good, okay,
They're
that's
actually
right. I am
alive,
watching Spy Family.
Right.
We are going to keep things light and fun, but we will, we'll tease the scare for a little bit here.
Sure.
And because he's a sergeant or what have you, like, okay, great. He's gonna, protect them again. This will be great. Yeah. Oh, hang out this weekend. Yeah, that sounds like officer talk. We just go where we're ordered. Didn't you hear about the campaign?
Right.
Oh, you probably weren't brought into it because you've got a little minor head injury or something there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all dead.
Right.
Now, I love...
Fighting the war will not stop it.
Right. And I love the idea that even the campaign was said to be like a reckless
and
rushed, like not well thought out kind of deal there. The idea that it was reactionary. The idea that like, oh, we desperately need some kind of offensive in order to keep the war from being one where we completely lose.
Sure.
And that's a very common thing that happens in a lot of wars when a country is losing, is that they'll suddenly like they'll find a weak point, basically,
you have to
and
take
they just
the gamble.
rush it to basically slow things down and to buy time and all that. But then tons of people die in that offensive, usually.
Sure.
It didn't need to show them dying or what have you.
Nope.
But just the image of like all the soldiers kind of walking with the shadow behind them and the light
just
kind of coming
get
to
swallowed
them.
up.
They're all just getting swallowed up by this.
Yep.
How dare you, Spy Family? Like, just yank my chain twice within like 60 seconds or 2 minutes or something.
Yeah.
That was impressive because I was already in the, I'll just let them go. It's fine. They were barely built up as characters.
Right.
But it was when he started crying, realizing like, no, I suggested that we play there. And so I had been blaming myself for, in some ways, the lie that this was safe, this was a good idea.
Right.
And so, fuck. It wasn't that he felt the survivor's guilt or just the survivor's guilt.
Sure.
But it was the idea that, this whole thing that we've been doing here, this secret base little hangout fun spot, was also his idea.
Well, and so something else I want to kind of throw out there. So I could also see them surviving the actual initial attack be a content cushioning.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, totally is.
The literal children did not actually die. The thing is, though, a whole lot did. We might not have seen them, right?
We know.
But
totally.
They're gone, right? Like, this isn't just the, the soldiers, the people that grow up and, brainwashing and propaganda aside, then go and die, but, at least they were willing participants in this battle or whatever.
Right. The part that makes it, I think, still a content-chilling, dark side of things here, and this is where I think the story leaves this there for those that can just count, basically.
Sure.
The average child is not going to pick up on this. But the idea that the conflict's been going on so long that we started with them probably being between 8 and 12 years old.
Sure.
It's really hard to say how old they were.
Yeah.
Then we have a very clear, he's 18 now. The war was going on that whole time to the point where all of them were basically brought into the conflict. None of them were spared the, draft equivalent, basically, here.
Yeah.
And it's so terrifying to think of as someone who's like, eventually going to be, like a parent at some point.
Right.
And thinking of like,
that your baby could get drafted.
What if a conflict lasted for 20 years?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, we literally have an example of that in our real world. We literally have an example of that, like recently.
Yeah.
One of the stupidest conflicts I can think of in recent history. Stupidest conflicts. Yeah, you could be born when that conflict has already been going and be drafted and go out and die before the conflict ends.
Right. Yep.
That's basically what happened here. Those were little kids or what have you, and
they never truly got a free choice.
They never truly
like it might have been free in that theoretically maybe they weren't literally just mandatory drafting. You know, all right, here's a gun, go.
No, probably not.
But that was not a
No, we have the difference in that
free of influence. You know,
we have the difference in that Twilight actively sought out every, basically, like the second he could, he sought this out.
Oh, I'm 16, 17, whatever. I'll say I'm 18 and, you know,
exactly.
join up. Yeah, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, this is fantastic.
This is really good.
It's going to be wild going back to regular present day Spy Family stuff.
Yeah.
After just having this. If we keep getting stuff like this every once in a while, I'm super here for it.
I doubt we will.
Probably
but
not.
I loved the point of the helmet constantly saving him.
Mm-hmm. He's gotten lucky, basically.
Yes, exactly. The war against ignorance, specifically.
Yep.
The idea that Frankie basically pointed him at the real enemy for a second there and was like, the weapon of ignorance is wielded by those that want to control the ignorant, basically.
Yep.
And so your only thing that you can do to really resist right now is cleanse yourself of ignorance.
Right.
Get rid of it.
There was the Greatest Showman guy, P.T. Barnum, which, by the way, movie very historically inaccurate.
Yeah, totally.
But there was a at one point he said something along the lines of, I don't need to fool the whole country. I just need to fool the 1/3 of the country that I can fool.
Yeah.
You know, right? Like terrifying to think about.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's all you have to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck. But yeah, okay, cool. Then we get our just goated voice actor coming in for
coming in being like, hey, become a spy. Yeah. Also, I'm voluntolding you because, you know, I will court-martial you if
technically
you don't.
done a little bit of a crime here.
Right, exactly.
So if you want to, you know...
Yep, and you're not really supposed to know
life.
I exist, so, you know, show up.
I love, though, what we're building here, because I want to say we're taking two characters that did not exist in our minds really as relevant before this. Lloyd, or Twilight's dad...
Yep.
As being technically unaccounted for.
Oh, yeah.
Could still be alive.
Yep.
To this new spy handler guy here. As being someone that could be still around in the story.
Right. That could then be a new character to get introduced in the present or whatever.
Exactly.
Oh,
and the idea of tying
an old
that
family friend
through,
of Twilight. You know, or
yeah,
Lloyd's.
exactly. And then tying that through and how long he's actually known Sylvia makes their banter also make that much more sense.
Yes.
Because she has literally been in this job since he's been there in the beginning.
Right.
So it's the like, wait, Sylvia, actually, how old are you? And she's like, I will kill you.
That's
like
classified.
I will send you to a place you will die. And it's like, okay, all right. But
you won't wish for the firing squad.
Right. No, but I love that because having the conflict to be something that's lasted that long brings more characters in that get it from his perspective.
Right.
Of the, we have to do this. We've been living this. This has been our whole lives.
And if his dad is still alive and theoretically was a spy,
Yep.
we could run into him.
We could
run into him.
I think it's likely that we're in Ostania and we actually could run into him. He would be a lot older.
That would be awesome.
But he's not going to be so old that, you know,
Lloyd wouldn't recognize him.
Yeah, exactly. So
also just excellent
great stuff.
I know they also did this in the previous episode, but just excellent choice of the use of the censoring of his name.
Yes.
That was great. Like
very inspired.
Both for that way we don't know his actual name. He's Lloyd right now. We don't need to complicate it like that.
Yeah.
But then no, he has been wiped. His identity has been wiped away by war, by the training of being a spy, by everything that's happened to him. All of it. It's nope. He's not a person. He's just a ghost. You know.
I also love the idea specifically that the food he makes is kind of his way of healing himself.
Sure.
But there was a lot of like little things I thought was really fun. One, the onions being something that they had a bunch of, so that could have, smells are very powerful in memory triggering.
Yep.
But also then the idea that after he then has this nightmare that he doesn't necessarily remember the details of, which fun little detail there, tying that back in with his name. But then he makes kind of a large croquette, you could say, as the actual like center point for the meal. It's obviously like a quiche pie thing, but
no, I like it.
It's not exactly right, but it's I don't know.
And Anya giving head pat when he woke up from the dream, that was really sweet. Where it's the very sweet. Hey, you are being seen.
Yeah, she does not have the capacity to read his mind while he's dreaming.
Right.
That is a fun limitation of her ability, though, because whatever's going on in dreamland is not his conscious thinking.
Anya reading minds is not a purely passive thing.
Yes.
Right. Like she kind of focuses and all that stuff. Right?
Well, I was gonna say that if the story wanted to, him tossing and turning, they could show her being like, "Oh, I'm gonna try to read his mind." But I think because they didn't, they're trying to make the point that she's not actually capable of that.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's something that...
Sure, because he was moaning in his sleep or whatever. Well, and there is that element of, like, hey, we don't want the backstory to be interrupted. The fact that it happens in a dream.
Oh, for sure.
Don't have Anya be like, hey, wake up,
Wait, his name is what?
Right. Well, Lloyd doesn't even remember anymore.
That's what I'm saying, is that his conscious thoughts are what she reads, specifically. And I think...
Oh, right, and when you have a dream, like, not that they'd get this in-depth into the mechanics.
Right.
But technically, when you have a dream, you're remembering the dream. It's not you actually experiencing the dream.
Yeah, or thinking about it.
Yeah.
But, all right, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us, the community there, about this show, about anime in general. Also, be sure to check out our Twitch channel. See if any of that interests you. We'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.